Hello, my name is Juanita Hennessey and I was a finalist on MasterChef from 2016. Really excited to be here today because MasterChef gift card have invited me along for a food and wine pairing with Virgin Wines and Porcus. Now, Porcus are an amazing British charcuterie producer in Yorkshire. They produce a fantastic range of produce, and what I really like about them is that all their animals are reared on their farm, so there's true traceability. Amazingly, they also won Best British Sausage of the Year at the Great British Food Awards, which is an accolade not to be sniffed at. Hi Andy, lovely to be with you here today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Looking forward to trying some of Virgin's beautiful wines, which are available on MasterChef gift card. And today we're going to pair them with some beautiful products, which you can also get from the site. So to start with, we've got some beautiful charcuterie from Porcus. We've got examples of copper, lomo and colatello, which I'm going to take you through. And I'm hoping you can suggest some good recommendations to go with them.
Well, I can, hopefully, and what I've done here is taken the sort of primary aspect of each of these meats, so we've got smoky, salty and quite fatty, and try to match them up as best I can with the wines. So today that looks like a quite meaty Argentinian Malbec.
Lovely.
And that's for the smoky part. Believe it or not, an Italian sparkling wine for the meat which is has a salty component to it.
Oh,
and then finally, for the fatty element of the last meat, I've gone for an Italian, which is robust, but it's got very fresh acidity as well to try and cut through that fat. So let's see what happens.
Fantastic. Let's get tasting.
Okay.
So Andy, first of all, we're going to start with Porcus's copper. So this is characterised by treacle, beer and smoky notes. So I'm looking forward to seeing what wine you recommend. So should we give it a little taste? It looks beautiful. You can see a nice generous portion of marbling running through there. Oh, it's very subtle in its smokiness, isn't it?
It's quite delicate.
It's very delicate. You can pick up the treacle notes in the beer. It's beautiful.
So while that flavour's still in your mouth, try this Malbec. This is a lighter style of Malbec within the context of Argentina, but still quite meaty. So what I've tried to do here is meet those flavours which are still quite bold, with something which is relatively bold. So let's give that a go.
Oh, it's very smooth, isn't it?
It is very smooth, and I think because you get that fatty taste in the back of the mouth, I think that works quite well with it. Alcohol, believe it or not, works quite well with fat, as well as acid being the most obvious one, but I think that works quite well.
It's beautiful, it's very smooth, it's not overpowering, but it really brings out the smokiness of the meat. It's gorgeous.
Fabulous.
Good choice. So Andy, let's try the colatello, which is a prime cut of meat in Italy, and it's known as the best salami that you can get.
And what part of the beast is it from?
Well, colatello in Italian actually means little backside, so that gives you a little bit of a clue where it's from. So it comes from the hind leg of the animal.
Nice, okay, brilliant. Well, what I've tried to do here, I've actually got Italian wine here. This is a Primitivo, which is very, very similar to Zinfandel, believe it or not, but it's from Puglia in southern Italy. And one of the primary characteristics of this wine is actually its acidity. So pick that acidity for the fattiness of this meat, and let's.
So it's quite a fatty cut of meat, so that should be perfect. So should we give it a try first?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
And then we'll taste the wine.
Lovely.
That one's got a firmer texture as well, hasn't it? It's got more bite than the other meat.
Quite a heavy cure on it, isn't it?
Yeah,
and I think let's try the wine, but that fattiness, that saltiness should be met by this because it's got sweetness of fruit. This wine as well. You'll see southern Italian, lots of sunshine. Mediterranean wine. This
takes me back to my holidays. It's gorgeous.
But some real freshness there, but also a smoothness.
Absolutely.
And I think that the acidity part of that is the bit that goes so well with this meat.
But you're right, it has got quite a little bit of sweetness coming through at the end as well, which is really beautiful.
It does. Salt, sweet, great, seems to work.
Absolutely. Definitely give that one a try, it's gorgeous. We've got a beautiful lomo here, Andy, which is characterised by its salty flavour, but it's also got a really subtle blend of spices and herbs mixed through it. Okay. So what kind of wine do you recommend would go with this?
Because of that delicacy, I think we're going slightly off-piste here.
Okay.
The saltiness, there's a classic salty food combination, which is champagne or sparkling wine.
Oh really, that's interesting.
But we've got a bit more delicate with an Italian sparkling wine, not Prosecco, but a gentle and delicate wine from Italy, a sparkling wine. So this is going to be an interesting combination, this one, because it's partly classic, but let's see what happens when we
I wouldn't
actually
have thought
taste.
picking a sparkling wine with it, so this will be interesting. So let's give it a taste. You get the spices and the herbs coming through.
A lot of herbs. Let's see if this will cleanse the palate. It works, doesn't it? Because there's a freshness to it.
Really fresh.
There's a freshness to it, and that saltiness doesn't detract from it at all. It really does work quite well together, I think.
That's far too drinkable, though.
It is quite
That's
drinkable.
dangerous.
It's
You might
a
need to
little
move
bit
the
more. It's
bottle
just
away from me.
danger wine.
No, that works so well if you're cutting through that salty flavour.
It does.
Because actually, that could almost be too much if you had too much of it in one go. But actually, that cleans the palate and makes me want to go back for more.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
Right.